Am I micromanaging my team? I hired a marketing manager and I'm feeling disconnected from the marketing now. I used to lead it. How do we help me to remain up to speed and share my ideas while allowing my marketing lead to do his job? Well, what you want to do is hourly profit update, hourly financial update.
Are you micromanaging enough?
Access to info. That's the issue. They do not have the correct.
I want to hear Bart's answer first.
Oh yeah, go.
Yeah, control issue is an interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, a little bit, because same thing we talked about earlier with like if you're an owner and expect somebody to have the same passion as you, it's like you also have to, if you're going to hire to solve that gap, then you have to trust them to do their job. But if you're going to look over their shoulder while they're doing their job,
do you trust? Are you doing that because you don't trust them?
You don't trust them to execute how you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the problem is like this person sounds a little bit like they did the marketing for a long time.
Yep.
This is what like position I'm in.
Yep.
They did the marketing for a long time and then they're like finally got to a point they need to hire that person, but they're having like attachment issues to the marketing. So they don't trust them to like carry on their torch or however they did it or the new way they might be bringing to it.
Go ahead, Nick.
I don't have anything on that.
They also might feel they're losing their own identity a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if your core competency was marketing and you kind of like brought this brand to the dance to the point where you can like, you know, hire somebody for it. Then you're like, what's my usefulness now?
Yeah.
A lot of founders feels that when Nick stepped away from fulfilling at the agency, he was like, there was some identity issues a little bit, you know? And you're like, well, I'm the Facebook ads guy. And now I'm like not really doing any Facebook ads.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't even know if people know you're the Facebook ads guy, dude.
You gotta remind them again.
I could say I feel for this guy though. Like I can't imagine myself
not doing
stepping away from the marketing, but I think.
So you would hire a junior and you would teach them.
Yeah,
or you would hire a junior to help you.
Yeah.
So he hired a lieutenant.
But I can see the identity thing being like, fuck, I'm just sitting around now, not doing that anymore. That's kind of weird.
I think you got to get over.
He hired a lieutenant though.
I've hired enough lieutenants and I've like grown out of enough roles. And I've also done drive-bys of needing to have information.
Flyovers, for
information. And so like, I know what he's going through. And it's almost always two things. One, the correct type of access to the information that you need to feel comfortable and things are being actioned on. And two, involvement on setting the goals of what needs to be actioned on.
Can you give some tactical, actionable, like what is that information and what is the reporting cadence and that kind of thing?
We're going through this right now as Aaron was the reason why we scaled everything at the beginning. Before Brandon was there, before the rest of the paid media team was there. And it was like his brain, his creative strategy direction, his offer, his landing page, his updates to the ads. Like it was all him with people executing specifically what he has. He's had to move on to more important things.
Yeah.
And so the literal creative to ads to email to offer was all his brain. Well, the more that he can't do that because we're just at a size where he should not be involved in these things with the more important things left. Now it's like department full updates, presentation to him before things go live. Or if involvement before, and if he can't get a hold of us, we need to go live by a certain time, you had a chance to view it. That's on you in your process. You didn't get there.
Yeah.
So you get to see what's happening and we get to present the logic and understanding to you. Because as long as someone has thought and logic behind what they're doing, we don't have dumb people.
Yeah.
But at least bring us along and give us a chance to object. If not, forever hold your peace. That's kind of the style we take. So information before things are going to go live, expectations of when feedback needs to be given by, go live, and updates of what happens going live, postmortem when it's done.
I think that way Aaron or whoever this person is like, they still feel the involvement. They still feel like they have a
chance
grasp on everything. And you're just, it is a little bit like a lot of info for that one person to give to the other person.
You can bog a good thought worker down in like, oh, you got to do the work and then you got to write down all the work you're doing, which is, it can be a lot. Like that balance is tough.
You just don't want that person to feel like I have to ask dad every time, you know, like,
no, you want them to be free.
Yeah. And I spend half my time writing down
like
my
here I go.
stuff.
I have an idea, but let me seek permission. Like you don't want too much of that.
It does suck. You can see some people's inspiration kind of go like, oh man, I got to wait till this gets approved. And what if it doesn't get approved? Oh, then I can't really do it. Why did I spend all that time and effort onto it?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And so the only way out of that is actually going from you, the person leaving that role. I trust you, but I want to verify it at these key points. and you got to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the person leaving that role, my message to them is understand that like you should be clear that you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this thing that I'm doing now. And you, other person, lieutenant that I've hired, you're going to feel that. That's not on you. It's on me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to like, what is the information I need on what cadence? We're going to have to figure that out together.
Yeah.
In order for
We're
me to
working
feel
together.
informed, we're going to have to figure that out together. What is the, you know, like what's that system look like? We're going to have to figure that out together. And that's on me. It's not on you. I'm, you know, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so if you end up spending too much time reporting to me, you're spending half your time reporting to me and only half your time doing
You
the
got
work.
to tell me.
I got to know so that I can figure out, okay, what does he tell me that I don't need? Or what does she tell me that I don't need or whatever?
That's good.
So that's my message to this person. My message to the people who are the lieutenant is, you're going to spend a lot of time talking about the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
And, but the best thing you can do is like, one big thing is you should create a way for them to like put their ideas into it still. So part of it is access to information and them like knowing what but then another part of it is like, this happens at Royal, or going through this at Royal, where he's like, he has an ad idea. You know, it's like, he's not part of that process anymore. And so what do we do is like, okay, we made a creative brainstorm once a month where the media buyer / creative strategist, myself and him get on a call and we come with some ideas that we've saved, like all of our ideas that we've saved on Instagram and on Foreplay and stuff. And we share those and we say, oh, okay, is that baked enough for X to execute it on it? No. Okay. Put it over here where we can come back to it later. And then, you know, oh, here's some stuff we can execute on. Who of our creative teams, like we have a couple different agencies and stuff, who could do that one? Oh, they could do that one. Let's have them do that and stuff. And so like, that's a place, an outlet for him to go and say, here are all my ideas in that category. And he has a lot of ideas in that category. And then he has a bunch of other ideas too. And for that, I just created a parking lot where I say like, yeah, just give them to me. And if there are things we got to come back to, we're at least once a quarter, we're going to go through all of them. Right. And like, because we can't get sidetracked with every single idea.
Correct.
And a lot of those ideas are only partially baked and we're going to have to talk about them. So we got to like,
but it's still important to hear them so that people feel heard, especially the person leaving the thing they were doing. So
the framework I gave him, and I think this is a good framework, is this a directive? Is this a direct question that you need an answer? You need me to go run down an answer to, or is this a discussion? Right. And a lot of ideas fall in the discussion category. And so we say, oh, if it's a discussion thing and it's not urgent, then we're going to parking lot it. Cool. If it's a directive or direct question. And then the other thing that I did that I thought was very helpful as a lieutenant is I just like literally put all of my tasks into a Monday, it could be an Asana, whatever your thing is. And I ordered them in order of like priority. And so that at any given time you can say like, he's like, hey, can you do a projection with like, of like new product sales in Q1 or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, you asked me for that last week. And he goes, well, why don't I have it? And I go, here's my Monday board. You can see where it is on the priorities list. Let me know if you want me to move it up. You know, like just very simple. You can see. And then he goes and looks at, oh, yep, no, those 4 things are ahead of that. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
so
nice.
Those are, I think, some tactics, but the spirit of it is you guys are going to have to figure out the system together.
Yeah. It's going to work differently.
I would say just be optimistic and
communicate with each other, be patient with each other.
Yeah, but be optimistic and letting go makes it so that person ends up being better than you.
Yeah.
At the task. Like
you'd want them to be.
I don't know, like not to reference Kanye too much, but he's always like, I just bring in people that are way better than me at this stuff. And so like I can see where I hire like a CMO and step away from marketing, and then I'm like hopeful that they'll like beat me in what I was doing for the company. Yeah. And so like keep a little bit of that optimism too, that like your control and over the shoulder watching might be minimizing their potential.
And so the end result of this is that I've seen a couple times is like y'all can end up being like a Kobe and Shaq duo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's for a second, I feel like that's what we're at. Like you were having a hard time stepping away from fulfillment as structured. And we figure out the system. There's some like resistance as long as we communicate and we both trust each other. It works out. And then over time, it's like, oh, then it really hums. Yeah. And then, you know, whatever happens over time. So I think that's what can happen at the other side of it. If you both are like, okay, we know it's rough and that's okay. And we just trust each other, you know?